Welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Lori Osborne from BizBolster Web Solutions, LLC. I hope I got that right. This interview is over. Get out of here. Good morning.
Good morning.
I know. It's, you never know what you're going to see around here. We don't have any snakes, so it's good.
Yes.
Inside joke for our audiences. We had exotic pet dealers here, and I'm so glad that they're not trying to wrap that around my head. Yes. Please do not try to wrap a computer around my neck in this interview. I would really appreciate it.
I promise. I will not do
so
that.
We're talking today a little bit about the front door of a business. It is no longer a phone book. Now, people on this show may not understand what a phone book is, but at a point in time, there was a giant book that would show up at your door that had the phone numbers of everybody everywhere always.
Yeah.
And I thought going to college, you would actually, the phone book is what you put your beer on to keep from getting the ring on the coffee table, or keeping your laptop from getting hot.
There you go.
But apparently there were numbers inside of it. I don't even know if they create phone books anymore.
I'm not sure they do.
So help us understand what you do for that small business owner target market that you have, that they're like, phone book doesn't exist, or phone book-like items in the website world.
Okay. So, I think phone books have been replaced with Google, and I build websites, and people ask me all the time, well, do I really need a website? Well, businesses absolutely do, because I love your analogy. They are like the phone book. If I want to know about a business, I'm going to go look for their website. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And if I don't find one, I'm going to question whether they really are a business, or is this just a fancy hobby? Mm-hmm. And even social media, a lot of people say, well, I'll just use social media. Well, the other thing you should be doing with your website is building your contact list and your email list. You don't own anything you get on social media, and it can be shut down tomorrow.
That's right.
So you want to be using the website to build your marketing and build that follow-up and keep it and own it. So that's what I do.
So much more than just a phone book, though. People look at, I think, what is the statistic? Something like 95% of your potential client base is going to go to your website first to check you out. And it's not so much whether or not you have the website and all the content that's on there, but if you don't have a website, then people kind of look at that and go, huh. And that becomes a little chink in the sales funnel.
Exactly.
So, but not all websites are created equal.
Right.
We were talking offline. I professionally work for a $1 trillion financial services company, and their website is probably super complex. But that level of complexity and cost and maintenance and updating and all of the things are not necessarily something that a local plumbing company in Jacksonville, Florida may not need all of that.
Right. So
you provide solutions for folks that are in that small to medium business side that may not need the crazy complex design,
right,
but a quality product.
Absolutely.
So talk about the actual product and how that works.
Okay. So one of the things that really differentiates me from other people that build for small businesses is I do not build on WordPress. That is the most common platform. And to me, it wasn't really built for the standard small business owner or nonprofit leader because it's difficult. It's made up of plugins that require constant updating. If you don't update those, you're open to scrutiny for security, you're open to being hacked, and it's just difficult. It's hard to maintain. So I build websites on a platform that is easy. I encourage my clients to do their own updates. I'm not going to hold them hostage and tell them you have to pay me $250 to add a picture to your website. I even give them access to a video library with training because I want them to be able to be independent. And like nonprofits especially, they have volunteers. Mm-hmm. If you have a website that they can't support, what good is it? It's never going to be updated.
So when we talk about websites though, so I got a business, I got a website, it's awesome. It's the most beautiful thing ever, created by you, of course, right?
Of course.
Of course. And then they can't, how do you find it, right? So in the phone book, the old trick was, I'm going to name my company AAA 111, and then, plumbing services. And then my competitor would name themselves AAAA 1111. And so there would be this war of how, A is in the phone, it comes up first, right?
Right.
So how, obviously we're beyond AAA 111, but how you build a website, and it's like, hey, this is great, and you go to market. How do people even find you, though? Like, you're a small business owner, well, I got a website now, what do I do with it?
Yeah. It's funny, I I got into search engine optimization for that very reason, because clients would call me and go, well, great, I've got a website, but I can't even find it when I look for it.
Right, and you Google the exact name and it's like it's not there.
Exactly, yes. So that's search engine optimization, and that's really talking to Google and telling Google, hey, here's my website, go out and look at it. There's tools like Google Search Console where you tell it. And then there's the expanded search engine optimization where you set up, first you have to start with the website itself. A lot of web developers don't even understand that there's a lot that goes into the building of the site to follow Google's rules. So that's step one. And then beyond that, there's a lot you need to do, especially if it's a like local based business. There's so much that can be done to be found. And it's, you know, I like to use this analogy. It's like when you build a website and you are building a new business and you stock everything, you make it perfect, you've got everything exactly the way you want, but you don't put a sign out front. Mm-hmm. Nobody's gonna find it, or you don't show up on a map anywhere. Google Business Profile, that puts you on the map. So it's all these little things to be found that's so critical. And I'm gonna throw in just one little extra because you said the yellow pages and the AAA. A lot of times, you know, .coms are hard to find anymore. Mm-hmm. I really encourage people to try to name their business in a way that they can grab a .com, because everyone's going to go there first. If you're a .net or a .biz or a .anything else, they're not going to think of that first, and you might lose business to someone else with the same name that's a .com.
But you got to make sure that you can actually spell it.
Yes.
So we can't go, so all right, so everybody listening on the show, we can't have JohnJacobJingleheimerschmidt.com.
Yes.
I mean, people can barely spell Strum, and it's 5 letters, and it's phonetically the right way, right?
Yes.
You know, if I had
Yes.
Strumco, people screw it up. Well, what we'll do, thank you so much for taking time to walk us through how you're different. We'll hang all your stuff on our website on thedailynewsnetwork.com, and then that way people can come check you out. And I appreciate you sharing a little bit about your story.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes,
I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thanks for coming in. Guys, thanks for joining us on the Jacksonville Buzz. If you like us, share us. And remember, live with gratitude.